Good afternoon, reception. I hope you've all had a brilliant day. I've really enjoyed seeing all of your posts on Tableau Sheet today. For today's story time, I am going to read The Sniffles for Bear, and it was written by Bonnie Becker and illustrated by Katie McDonald Denton. Now, this is a very funny book and I can't wait to read it. I am going to read the blurb on the back first so we know what it's about. Bear has a cold, a terrible cold. He is quite sure no one has ever been as ill as he has. And when his friend Mouse arrives and declares he'll soon be better, Bear knows that Mouse definitely does not appreciate the gravity of the situation. Okay, you sitting comfortably? Then I think we are ready to begin. Bear was ill. Very, very ill. His eyes were red, his snout was red, his throat was sore and gruffly. In fact, Bear was quite sure no one had ever been as ill as he was. One morning, Bear heard a tap-tap-tapping on his front door. "Come in," he rasped. Look at Bear. Mouse, small and grey and bright-eyed, bustled into Bear's living room. Bear huddled in his chair, big and brown and sniffly-snouted. He had a terrible cold. "I am come," declared Mouse. "Soon you'll be as good as new." Bear frowned. Mouse was much too cheerful. "I am quite ill," Bear reminded him. "Indeed, and I have just the thing," said Mouse. Mouse rifled through his bag, then settled next to Bear with a yellow book in his paws. It was spring, Mouse read. The sky was blue, the sun was happy, and the birds were singing. "Stop!" growled Bear. "I fear you do not appreciate the gravity of my situation." Mouse looked sad, but his tail didn't. "In fact, I may not be long for this world," Bear huffed. "Oh my," Mouse said. "Yes," Bear murmured, coughing pitifully. "I grow weaker by the moment." I think Bear is a little dramatic, don't you? "I have just the thing," Mouse announced. "I shall soothe you with a song. Oh, she'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming—" "Disgraceful!" barked Bear. "Don't you like singing?" asked Mouse. "When someone is dreadfully ill?" "You sing mournful songs. Everyone knows that," growled Bear, and he blew his nose with a honk. "I have just the thing," Mouse said. He rifled through his bag. Plink, plonk, plonkety, twing, twang, plonk. Mouse strummed heartily on a tiny banjo. "That isn't mournful at all," cried Bear. "It gets sad later," Mouse promised. Twing, twang, plunk. "This is impossible! Intolerable!" Bear started to roar, but he was too weak. "Look," Bear wheezed. "Look at how my paw is trembling. You must help me to my bed." And indeed, Mouse was most helpful. Pulling Bear to bed, that Mouse must be very strong. He tucked Bear in, then whisked out of the bedroom door. He returned, balancing a big bowl of soup on his head. "Nettle soup," Mouse said. "I made it myself." Bear sipped cautiously. It was hot and tasted a bit like spinach straw. Bear rather liked it. His eyes began to close. Better? Inquired Mouse. Bear's eyes snapped open. Certainly not! I think I should make a will. I have just the thing, said Mouse, fetching a pencil and a little notebook from his bag. He perched next to Bear, his pencil poised to write. Bear gazed thoughtfully at the ceiling. I, Bear, he said, leave my red roller skates too. Bear paused. Mouse leaned forward eagerly. To Mouse, announced Bear. Hooray, said Mouse. Oh, look, he's just thinking about all the fun he's going to have on those roller skates. Bear frowned. You needn't be so happy about it. I also leave my mop to Mouse, he added quickly. Mouse didn't look so interested in that. And my wash bucket, added Bear. At last, Mouse seemed to understand the gravity of the situation. Anything else? Mouse asked. I'm too weak to go on, said Bear. Perhaps I could just add your kettle, said Mouse helpfully. Have you no decency? Bellowed Bear, sitting bolt upright in bed. Your strength has returned, Mouse exclaimed. No, it hasn't, said Bear, falling back. That was just the last flicker before the dark. I see. Mouse folded his paws and looked very sad, even his tail. Bear's voice dropped to a whisper. Farewell, Mouse. Goodbye, Bear, murmured Mouse. Bear closed his eyes. He lay very still, and he began to snore. All fast asleep. After a long while, Bear opened his eyes. He saw Mouse. I feel better, Bear said. Mouse nodded, but he didn't look so good himself. His eyes were watery, and he made sniffling sounds. Perhaps you'd better lie down, said Bear, getting out of bed. Mouse didn't argue. Oh no, I think Bear gave him his cold. Do you want to make a will? Bear asked. Mouse shook his head. Bear carefully tucked him in. I'm sorry you're ill, he said. Thank you, Bear, sniffled Mouse. And after a moment he added, that was just a ting. Bear smiled. Oh. And Mouse closed his eyes and was soon fast asleep. Oh, what a funny story. I just love how dramatic Bear is, because when you have a cold it really does feel like you're so sick, and then the next day you wake up and you're fine, just like Bear was. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that story and it made you laugh just as much as it makes me laugh, because Bear is just so silly. Oh, have a fantastic afternoon and I will see you tomorrow. Adios everyone.